Hello YouTube, it is day 8 of the 13 days of Halloween. Today I watched the original Halloween, because it had to be on there sooner or later, right, you know? So, yeah, thought I'd throw it in there. Didn't want to throw it in there straight away, you know, don't want to start with it, obviously. Didn't want to end with it either, because I thought watching Halloween on Halloween was a little bit too... So I'm going to watch the new one on Halloween Day. Or maybe the 30th, depending on schedule. But, you know, I'm watching it at the time. I don't know a lot about the new film, because I don't want to spoil anything. But I'm talking about 1978, I believe. John Carpenter. Excellent director. You know, bunch of good movies. So, yeah. I'll say, solid film. I mean, there's one or two bits that are a bit like, you know, don't look as good as in like another film. I'll say this film, I think this really gets a harsh rating because there's not really much swearing in it. There's not too over the top or gratuitous when it comes to the blood. This one has a surprising amount of boobage on it. So I mean, anyone who's doing the drinking game, you're going to get a little drunk. So yeah, starts out in 1963. A young Michael Myers. People who know Michael Myers will know he is the man in the mask who goes around killing people in this franchise. As a child, I believe that the reason... Okay, the character actually makes sense. You might say that's sick, you might say that's messed up, but it makes sense. Okay, basically, I think he kind of saw his sister having sex with her boyfriend. It doesn't go into too much into the film in this scene actually, but I think he then kind of became obsessed with that image, so he wanted to kill his sister. So he kills his sister, and then I think that is, again, in this I don't know about the other films, but in this specific film, that is why when he sees you having sex, he will kill you, because I think, you know, in Friday the 13th, Jason's just a bit of a cock block, really. In this, Michael Myers, I think, has an issue with sex because that's all he can remember in his head is his sister. And I believe the reason he targets Jamie Lee Curtis's character is because she reminds him of his sister, and he kind of becomes obsessed with her, thinking she's his sister, and then he wants to like kill her all over again. He's a very troubled individual. Yeah, so in 1963 he kills his sister, and he's taken to a sort of mental institution, you know, I believe it's a place for the criminally insane. Yeah. By the way, straight away in the movie, boob shot. Only took them 6 minutes. Most of that is just suspense, building up, setting the scene, a little bit of credits. So, I mean, there's not really much dialogue, really, in the film until a boob shot, so take a shot. He was a fairly normal-looking kid, really. I mean, he was kind of sweet, you know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a shame. But a lot of these people, they could have probably been alright with the correct level of counselling. Definitely Michael Myers. You know, he was really just a very troubled individual. Friday the 13th, Jason was bullied, so his mum set out to kill them because they bullied her son. And... he hates the counsellors because they bullied him, and 2, he thinks his mum is telling him to do this job. So again, if maybe the counsellors had have done a better job preventing the bullying, maybe Jason could have been saved. I think Freddy Krueger is just a dick, plain and simple. But yeah, I mean, you see a lot of these. It's like the film The Voices, you know, he's not a bad character, you know, per se. I mean, he just doesn't have the correct counselling. I mean, he said Michael Myers is a bad dude. I mean, I'm not saying, you know, Michael Myers is a bad dude, but I feel like he wouldn't have been as bad a dude if he'd have got I mean, he did have a doctor, and the doctor said he worked with him for like 15 years. How much progress did you make in about 15 years, mate? Dr. Loomis. You know, I mean, he didn't really do jack, to be honest. I mean, after 15 years, he still wants to kill his sister. Yeah. Only difference is this time, he's like superhumanly strong and nigh invulnerable. Don't ask how, because there's no reason. I mean, like, Freddy Krueger's like the god of the dream world, right? So he could be Superman if he wanted to. Jason is now, in effect, a zombie. You know? So he could have laser beams coming out of his eyeballs, and that would kind of make a degree of sense, because we know it's supernatural. Michael Myers is really, he's just a normal dude with a screw loose. I mean, but apparently now that makes him like super strong, bulletproof, etc. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to poke. I don't want to poke holes in it because I enjoyed the film. So I don't want to start going like that doesn't make too much sense. You know, I think he's basically supposed to be the living depiction of the boogeyman. The living depiction, not as in the actual boogeyman. That's a different movie, which I did a trailer review on. So go over and have a look at that. Yeah, it looks quite good actually. It doesn't look high budget, but it looks good. Budget does not dictate quality. I like Kevin Smith movies, so there we go. Yeah. So then it fast forwards to October 30th, day before Halloween, 1978, 15 years after he killed his sister. And again, they try really hard not to show his face. That's like the recurring theme, isn't it? So you don't really see Jason's... You have seen Jason's face, but they try very hard to not show Jason's face. They try very hard not to show Michael Myers' face. Basically, you know, usually that's the whole... I don't know about Leatherface. I've not seen a lot of Chainsaw. Yeah, so he escapes the asylum. Institution, is asylum the wrong word? I'm not sure. Thing is, all these words about mental institutions have kind of been fantasized by things like well, by comic books and comedies, etc. So I don't know what the right word to use is here. Yeah, and what was I was saying about creepy houses? Every town has one. This town has one, because I don't think his house has been touched since his sister was killed, and all the kids are kind of scared of this house because, you know, oh, I heard someone killed someone there once. So yeah, there's that. It's always a teen movie. It's in everyone's in high school. All the girls are concerned with boys, and that's not a sexist point. I don't want people to just go, oh, of course they're obsessed with boys. Whether you're gay or straight, you know, whatever, you know, that's what teenagers think about. It's not sexist for them to be a normal teenager. You know, it's normal. You know, I mean, it's real. Other than he's superhuman, it's realistic. You know, I get that. I mean, John Carpenter knows what he's doing, right? So let's go in school. So Jamie Lee Curtis is in high school, and then they've got is it her little brother she's looking after or something, or is she just babysitting? Little boy's getting bullied. The bullies push him over and he smashes his pumpkin. I feel sorry for that little boy. I mean, he's pumpkin, but that's all right. He bumps into Michael Myers. Michael Myers actually doesn't have any issue with this boy. He just lets him plod along. If I were Michael Myers, I would have slashed up them bullies. But no, he's got bigger fish to fry. He's not just killing people for the sake of killing people. He does have an agenda. He is actually pretty calculated. I know he just looks at Michael and is like, got this one, bro. Got this. He nicks a car. Michael Myers nicks a car. He's been in an asylum for like 15 years. Since he was about 8, maybe. You know? So I think he's about like 22 something. You know, he looks young. Who taught him to drive? I mean, he's just driving around pretty well, unsuspected by the police. I mean, if I got in a car now, I wouldn't be able to. I'll just stop about. I can't drive. I can't just get into a car, drive around like I've been driving all my life, and avoid detection from the police. They'll be on me like a rash. Apparently, this is another. He's superhumanly strength. He's nigh on bulletproof, nigh invulnerable. Hell, I can believe he can drive a car. He can do what he likes. if he ever did catch Jamie Lee Curtis, I reckon he'll turn her into a piñata and candy would come out. You know, because he's that damn powerful. He can do what he likes. Jamie Lee Curtis, by the way, she now, for those who haven't seen all the other films, she basically now has become, she is the Halloween series. I mean, it's not just about, because like, Nightmare on Elm Street, I mean, it's usually like, the main character kills them, then the next movie it's the main character's friend kills them, then it's that character's friend, and it's kind of, there's a chain, but it could really be anybody, in Nightmare on Elm Street. Friday the 13th, other than the 3 movies with Tommy Jarvis in them, he's just after anyone at Camp Crystal Lake, really. He does, again, he'll just kill anyone. Michael Myers, I mean, he will kind of kill anyone, especially if he catches you at it. But he has a specific problem with Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh gosh, I've forgotten her name now. Her character. Is it Lindsay? I'm going to quickly Google it. It's Laurie, you fucking mug. I had to just Google her name now. I forgot her name. It's fucking Laurie, innit? Yeah, but basically, she is not all of them, and I think in the middle there's a different actress, but now she's back again. Laurie is the main protagonist. She's the good guy in the film series. Because I think it starts out, Michael's trying to kill her. And then it kind of gets to the stage where I think she decides she's got to be the one to stop him. Which, that makes a degree of sense. Yeah, so I mean, I can deal with that, I like that. I think this series needs a good guy, which is where kind of Friday the 13th dropped the ball. I love the bit with Tommy Jarvis. They shouldn't have changed his actor twice. And then I feel like they dropped the ball. They kind of made him lose sight of who he was in the end. Again, that could just be because he's a very broken person, but I don't know. I think that was just a creative choice, to be honest. Jamie Lee Curtis, or Laurie, is throughout the one who has to stop Michael Myers. And I think she is recurring in the next movie. It's going to be nice to see her again. Yeah. So I think it's good to have a main protagonist, a main good guy, to fight your main bad guy. I mean, it'd be cool, actually, if you had someone else who's supernatural. So not like, because Freddy vs. Jason, there's 2 villains. But imagine if there was like someone, like maybe like someone else who's undead, but an undead good guy. Has that happened before? I'm not saying it hasn't. I'm just saying it's not like the main thing in the horror genre, is it? Write that one down, Hollywood. Oh yeah, she's walking down the street after school with her friend. Her friend Lindsay. And I love the way she, Laurie sees somebody hiding behind the bushes, and Lindsay goes to investigate, and he's gone. And then just to mess with her, she's like, "Oh, he wants to talk to you. He wants to take you out tonight." Laurie comes running up the pathway. I think if Michael Myers had made his move then, because he's a bit obsessed with her, right? She might have gone out on a date with him. She doesn't mind if he's a bit creepy and wears a dodgy mask. I reckon they could have had something beautiful. Strung it out, pissed him off, now he wants to kill you. Yeah, I believe Michael Myers' mask is a William Shatner mask. I don't know why. Yeah, it's a Captain Kirk mask. Case point, it has been rumoured for decades that the murderous Michael Myers has been in fact William Shatner's face. It's not just Shatner's face, but it's Captain Kirk. It's a Captain Kirk death mask created for Star Trek. Yeah. I don't know what. I mean, it does look. I think it looks creepy though, not because. I mean, William Shatner was considered a very attractive man back in his day. Well, I think everybody wanted a slice of Captain Kirk. I mean, look at Chris Pine now. Everyone wants a slice of him these days. You know? I think this is a difference between what was considered attractive in the 60s and what is considered attractive now. It changes a little bit, what Hollywood tells us to find attractive. Shatner had a bit more meat on him, you know. Actually, me in this computer chair, I can see myself as a Starship Enterprise captain. I've got a Spock shirt somewhere, I think. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to get a Kirk shirt. I'm going to do a video as captain on the bridge. On my little swivel chair. Yeah. Ooh. Sulu. Warp speed ahead. Oh, Uhura. You man the space phone. I think that's a little bit sexist. You can control the gun. Shoot at the Klingons. McCoy. Tell me I cannot do it. No, not McCoy. Scotty, tell me I can't do it. You cannot do it, Captain. It's all she's got. McCoy, tell me I can't do it in the laws of physics. I can't do it in the laws of physics. I'm a doctor, not a wizard, you know. Ah, I can be my own Captain Kirk. I'll invent gunpowder and everything, yeah. I can see myself as a captain, actually. Captain Commodore. You play Monopoly against me, I'm Captain Commodore. Where was I? William Shatner mask. Okay, this is the sickest. Like, did he dig up his sister's body from her grave? I mean, the grave is empty, right? And I think he nicked the tombstone. That's a little bit messed up. I suppose he's a messed up individual. I guess I think we've already So yeah, he's just driving around town, really. Like he's been able to drive his entire life. And I love the shot where Dr. Loomis is looking for him, and he goes right behind him, you know, and he's got no idea. He's like this. It's him in his car. He's driving past, and he's driving past. He's looking this way. And he's this, and then as he looks past, he's there. You know, it's like you're looking one way and he's going the other. That was a funny shot. It was like something like Scooby-Doo or something, you know, just creeping past them. I'm not getting arrested tonight. Oh, and then there's like the kid is looking out the window, and the kid's like the little boy. Is it Tommy? Tommy, I think, looks out the window, and she's like, "There's the boogeyman." And then like Laurie comes running along, going, "What's that?" Some window's not there. Never in any horror movie ever, if you look out the window, see someone there in a creepy looking mask, don't ever come up to your neighbour you're talking to, say there's the boogeyman outside, because they'll come and look, they'll see nothing, and then they'll tell you you're crazy. It's the staple of the horror genre, you know. I mean, we could say when you say you're safe, that's when you're not safe. I'm not safe from killer supermodels. Worth a shot, wasn't it? Yeah. So yeah, it's like, you know, it's like crying wolf, isn't it? You know, it's like an old man with a boner. Come and have a look at my boner. Oh, it's gone now. Yeah, it's like that. Crude metaphor, but you know, made me laugh inside. Oh, and then is it Lindsay, Laurie's friend? Get changed. Does side boob count as a shot? I'll say no. I'll put it there just in case you are and you consider that a shot. Take a shot, half a shot. Take a little sippy cup. You know, it's not a full shot. You know. Jaeger bomb minus the bomb. No, minus the Jaeger. Sorry, just have the Monster or the Red Bull or whatever you do. Just have a Red Bull. The window is now open, and they just don't think about how the window got open, you know, and the wind's blowing, so you wouldn't just leave the window open in a windy shop. So somebody must have opened that window, close it like it's nothing, don't even think about it. Someone's opened that window. Somebody could be in your house. Don't know if he is yet, actually, but I mean, he could be, he could have been. No, it's like, you know, it's like just when you think you know where he is, he's actually somewhere else, you know. It's the way it works, isn't it? Yeah. And did Michael Myers kill the dog? This was this yappy little dog, you know, running around, you know, going, "Oh, what's out there?" Did Michael Myers kill the dog? Dude, you don't kill a dog. You know, that's like, you know, that's how you define yourself as evil, by killing an animal. Killing people's fine, you know, people, meh. You know, but killing a dog, that's evil, man. That's cold. That's cold, man. The Thing was on TV. I've not seen the original Thing yet, actually, but the Kurt Russell one I quite enjoyed. So I would just point out The Thing. You know, it's a good movie. They're watching that. I think in the new Halloween movie they should be watching the old Halloween movie just for the giggles, shits and giggles. Or in the remake, they should have been watching the Kurt Russell version, and then in the 2018 remake they should have been watching the 1992 version, just as a little, you know, for the lols. Is it 1992? I could have just made that number up at the top of my head. But there's 3 versions of The Thing, and there's 3 series of Halloween. They should have done that in every series, just as a recurring joke. I like recurring jokes. Yeah. And so it's Halloween. The boogeyman can't you on Halloween, but I'll protect you, I promise. Never promise to protect someone in a horror movie. You know, that's just the bad guy going, challenge accepted. You know? So good luck with that. Laurie, she's got changed a minute ago. She spilled something on her. She's just walking around out to do the laundry. Puts a shirt on, only does one button up. She's just running around outdoors in her underwear in October. I mean, I don't know what state you're living in, but I mean, over here in October, it's freaking freezing outside. I mean, it's funny how it's like hot for summer and then just like, straight away, boom, freezing. You know, it's like literally like one day out, it's like it was boiling hot, yeah, for a few days. Then it was nice, and it was like going from nice, and then suddenly freezing my tits off. My dick's not coming out till August. You know, I mean, I couldn't run around out in there in my underwear. I look like a Ken doll. You know? I suppose it doesn't affect women in the same way it affects men, I suppose. But, I mean, have your dignity, love. Have your dignity. There could be some pervert looking out the window. I'm not talking about myself. I mean Michael Myers. He was out there watching you. I mean, is she deaf as well? I mean, they were yelling at her. I mean, she's just like too busy concerned, you know, with cleaning her trousers, I suppose. And then she tries to climb out the window. A little unnecessary butt shot there, you know. Don't know if that was needed, especially from a director as prestigious as John Carpenter. But, you know, a little butt shot, you know. It was a cheeky butt shot for the lols. It made me giggle, actually. And then she's calling her boyfriend. Like, what I noticed was though when she was, the little girl answers the phone to Lindsay's boyfriend, and then Lindsay answers it on another phone. Both these phones in the same house are connected. You've got a kid in the house. If you're going to be talking about sexual intercourse, if you're going to be talking about that, you know the kid could be hearing the whole conversation. You know she's sat next to a phone, right? No, that's your business, I suppose. I've seen you in worse positions. No. I know, a little dirty, but it's quite funny. I mean, you're babysitting. You can't invite your boyfriend over for a bit of slap and tickle when you're babysitting a child, right? It's not even your child, you know. I mean, mum and dad have to do it occasionally, I suppose, you know. But I mean, you're like, I think she's babysitting for somebody else's kid. I think, you know, you can't just go bringing boys round. I mean, it might be her house, but still, you know, think of the children. Don't think about the children. Makes the whole process much more difficult. Don't think about the children. So they decide to set the kids up on a little play date. Send the little girl over to Tommy's house. Kids get a play date. Adults get a play date. So she decides to walk over the street. Still half naked though. She doesn't mind. All the neighbours have seen her in her panties. No big deal. Tries to get in the car. Door's locked, love. You know. Don't know what she needs to get in the car for. what does she need to get in the car for? She's only walking over the road. You know, she tries to get in the car doors locked, you know. So, you know, goes to get the keys. Comes back with the keys. Absent-mindedly opens the doors. It's unlocked somehow. And she just gets in the car. She doesn't even think about it. She just goes and sits down. What's that locked a minute ago? Ah, Michael Myers is sat behind you. The actual death was a little bit longer and more drawn out than that, but you know, there's a fast forwarded version of it. Yeah. Little Easter egg. Not an Easter egg, but I want to point out something tiny we didn't notice. Is that kid reading a Howard the Duck comic book? I respect that. Howard the Duck is very funny, and this was before the Howard the Duck movie came out, so he is a true fan. Before Guardians of the Galaxy came out, Howard the Duck's getting quite popular now. He's in Guardians of the Galaxy. That kid is a true fan. They should put that kid, the actor of that kid, should put him in the next Howard the Duck movie if they make one, which they should because he's in Marvel Universe now. And then, Lindsay's getting changed. Take a shot. You see a boob. Yeah, she's with her boyfriend. Take a shot. He's actually smoking. Whenever I have a joke about whenever there's a sex scene in these films, I always like have at the end where the guy lights up a fag. He actually lights up a fag. I can't even make a joke out of it now. He's taken my joke and turned it serious. What am I supposed to do now? Got nothing left to joke about. Oh, sure, I'll find something. Give me time. Give me time. Yeah. I mean, Michael Myers saw you having sex. Stab him. String him up by a knife, yeah? Naughty, naughty, innit? Yeah, that because Michael Myers has an issue with sex. I think he's kind of, you know, he's got a different view on sex because he saw his sister having sex at a young age. Now he's anti-sex. Jason's just a cock blocker, isn't he? You know, he's got no reason to be hating it. He's just a dickhead. But I think it's because it might be because I think Jason's mum had an issue with it because they were too busy screwing in their cabins to actually help Jason out, and I think that was the idea. And but that's more his mother, you know. I suppose he thinks his mum's talking to him. I suppose, so I don't know. I don't know. So then. Oh yeah, by the way, take another shot, you see her boob again. Same woman, she's just doing it again. And then Michael Myers comes in with a sheet over his head, with two eye holes cut out like ghosts, and then puts her boyfriend's glasses on. Ghost with glasses, hilarious, very 70s glasses. I mean, is she just there, falls for it? Oh, by the way, with her boobs out, take another shot. You know, talking, and then she thinks he's under there, so she decides to lean forward, let the blanket drop off, take another shot. You know, every movie has a slag, and when the slag dies, take a shot. This woman is the slag. She's got her boobs out too many times. Take a shot because the slag is about to die. And then, when she's being throttled with a phone cord, you see them again. Take another shot. I'm going shot crazy in this video because I think in a movie more serious than Friday the 13th, it actually has more boob shots. And, you know, we want the movie to be taken more seriously, maybe have a few less boob shots. I mean, I'm not saying it's not part of the story, but I'm just saying it's a little bit over the top, you know. And then, Laurie's calling up her friend, you know, and she hears her going, and then she's like, are you two fooling around again? You know, I mean, if this is a joke, I'll kill you. Either way, she's dead, right? If it's not a joke, she's being murdered. If it is a joke, she's gonna get murdered. Either way, she's fucked. In more ways than one. Yeah, I mean... And then you see the doctor's been hiding in that bush. The doctor's been sat in that fucking bush for hours, mate. You know, he's probably going to get himself a little disease called Perv's foot. You know what trench foot is when you've been standing in the mud for too long? He's going to get like something like that, but for perverts. You know, but for peeping toms. Perv's foot he's going to get for himself. Just standing in there. I assume he's looking for Michael Myers, but you know, there has just been a pair of teenagers going at it, you know. He was probably busy watching that. He doesn't actually find him until the end of the movie, does he? But yeah, so now Michael Myers has officially set his sights on Laurie. There is another guy he kills, but his eyes set on Laurie / Jamie Lee Curtis now, yeah. The sickest thing that Michael Myers done this, he then puts the tombstone on Lindsay's bed. Like, so it says, what's her name? Judith, Myers. And then it's got friggin', like, Lindsay's body on it. So, yeah, I mean, again, it's like he sees his sister in these girls. You know, I mean, she's basically like, he's trying to find a new depiction of his sister. And that's kind of messed up, though. I mean, like, a tombstone and everything, man. That's not cool, bruh. I mean, you know, so now he's after Jamie Curtis. You know, she's very resourceful as to try and use a knitting needle to kill him. I mean, this is a very feminine way to kill somebody, I suppose. You know, maybe that's sexist of me. I do apologise if I am. But then she gets the knife. Don't throw the knife on the floor, you know. I mean, I know this is your first rodeo, so, you know, when the time comes to see the other films, I expect you to have sorted that one out. Do not assume he's dead and then leave the knife next to him, you know. So, yeah, she thinks it's all hunky-dory. But then she sees him get up again, hides in the wardrobe. You know, and this is very resourceful. She's got nothing in that wardrobe, and she decides to use a coat hanger. So she unwinds the coat hanger and sticks it in his eyeball. I mean that's very resourceful. That, you know, using a coat hanger. I wouldn't have thought of that. I would have, you know, I don't know what I would have done. I would have been freaking out. You know, I mean, I definitely didn't. I mean, I thought, I was like, you can't do anything with a coat hanger, can you? Apparently you can. I would think, it doesn't look like a knife, does it? You know, that's very, very clever. I mean, as I say, her character ain't no pussy. You know, she Needle had the resourcefulness and the mental wherewithal to think about using the coat hanger as a knife. You know, I mean, her character, she's not too. I mean, she's afraid, but she's not too afraid to take action. She's a good character. I respect that. You know, but again, she made another mistake though. She stabs him with his knife, makes another mistake, drops the knife. Fatal error. He, you know, I mean, I assume you don't know this yet. Never drop the knife. I mean, you know who's got the right idea? In Jay and Silent Bob's super groovy cartoon movie, that is the title, the superhero known as Chronic, aka Jay, you know, decides, you know, when he's got the super on the floor, breaks a beer ball and starts shanking the body. I mean, you might think superheroes shouldn't murder people. Nah, he's making sure it's happening again. And then I think he says, why didn't Batman do this to the Joker? You know, Batman would have saved a lot of hassle if he'd have just shanked the Joker with a beer bottle, you know. He doesn't do that because Batman don't kill. And the Joker keeps coming back and terrorising Gotham. You know. Always. And then... yeah, then they take his mask off and you actually see his face in this movie. I'm a little disappointed. One, because I don't particularly want to see his face. You know, it adds aura of mystery to the character. And second of all, his face isn't even fucked up. He's a fairly attractive man, you know. I was hoping you looked like a butt ugly zombie under there, you know. Or at least a few facial scars, or, you know, beaten up. You know, like when Kane took his mask off for the first time in WWE. Like that, you know. Nah, nothing. Fairly handsome bloke. Taking the fear factor away from me personally. Yeah. And then Dr. Loomis takes a few shots at him with, you know, with his gun. And I'm sure he gets at least one shot in the face. I don't know where all the other ones go. You know. And he's not dead. You know, he gets up again. They knock him out the window, falls out the window from the top floor. You know, and they're like, can you kill the boogie? No, is he the boogeyman? Yes, he is the boogeyman. Looks out the window, and the body's gone. How can the body be gone? I think the second movie takes place immediately after, and it starts out in the coroner. I mean, I've not seen the film in years, but I remember this guy's trying to get it on in the, you know, in the morgue, and like, you know, a little bit sick, mate, you know, but I mean, that's your business. So I like it when the sequel takes place right after the first film, so it's like the first film weren't long enough almost. So yeah, it might be, so, and then that's kind of the end of the film, really. But I mean, my problem with, how is he so invulnerable. I mean, there's nothing supernatural about him at this stage of the story. He's literally just crazy. I mean, I think the lack of fear means you can push through pain. You're not afraid of failure, so you'll take more risks, etc. You're not afraid of bleeding out or something. But I mean, it's a little over the top, I think. He by rights he should be very dead. But oh well, whatever. So if I was to put Michael Myers versus Freddy versus Jason, I think I want to say Michael Myers is the weakest because there's nothing. If you had like a list of stats for them, there's nothing supernatural about him. But he seems just like Jason, So if I was going to put Michael Myers against Freddy Krueger, I think Michael Myers, it's probably not too difficult to get him to sleep. You can just knock him out, quite easily. Because I think Jason, you can only get Jason to sleep if you actually use a tranquilizer or a sedative on him. So, I think Freddy Krueger would have a fairly easy time with... Well, not an easy time, but I think Freddy Krueger would be... If you had Freddy versus Michael Myers, I think Freddy would win. If you had Michael Myers versus Jason Voorhees... I want to say everything about Jason Voorhees is more powerful, but it seems he's literally just the same character. Friday the 13th explains, it takes till the 6th film, but it explains that he's basically a zombie. Which means he's probably got heightened strength. He can't really die because he's already dead, right? Michael Myers is not a zombie, he's a normal guy, but they're directing it like he is one. So, I don't know what would happen if you put Michael Myers against Jason. I think Michael Myers is more intelligent. He does have that on his side. There's that. That's what I'm gonna, Interesting one. Is it a little too easy to base the film on Halloween? Does the film have to be on Halloween? I know that she says the boogeyman can only get you on Halloween, but he's not actually the boogeyman. He's just a depiction of the boogeyman, but he's still human. He can come out any time he likes. So I don't know why the film has to be set at Halloween. It just suppose it's got a creepier vibe for a directorial reason. Yeah. Horror movies don't have to take place at Halloween. Anyone who's seen the movie Holidays, there's one from almost every scene. There's a New Year episode. There's a Father's Day one. I think a Mother's Day one. There's a Christmas one. There's an Easter one. There is a Halloween one. But the Halloween one, the fact it's Halloween makes little difference to the story. It could just easily be in any other day. Because that one was directed by Kevin Smith, and he's a genius. Yeah. He's a genius, Kevin Smith. So yeah, I'm very excited for Halloween 2018. Halloween 2018 is not going to be part of this because I won't know enough about the film to do a whole video on it. Because I only have seen it once at the cinema. But I'll do a sort of short review on it. I really want to talk about the new. I'm waiting till actually Halloween to watch it. Just because why not? That seems appropriate. Yeah, got a bunch of stuff planned for Halloween. Might dye my hair green. Might get a new tattoo. If I do, I'll keep you guys updated on that one. So yeah. I don't know about, because I don't want to read up on 2018's film because I don't want to see any spoilers. All I know is Jamie Lee Curtis is in it. Apparently it's bloody good. Apparently it's not your typical slasher that's just like blood, guts and boobs. It's actually got a very good story on it. And apparently it's fucking terrifying. Apparently people have I think people have pissed themselves. Apparently people have literally pissed themselves watching this movie. I have a teeny tiny bladder. Every time I go to cinema, I have to be very specific. I have to take a pee. I take a pee when I get there. I take a pee right at the end of the trailers, so I get in before the film starts. Then when the film's finished, I'll run to the toilet at the beginning of the credits so I don't miss any mid or post-credit scenes if I'm watching a superhero movie. And then I'll have to go when I leave. So I'm there, maybe for, say, 2-hour movie, about 40 minutes there, 40 minutes there. Call it about 4 hours, call it, 4.5 hours. I take 4 Ps in that time. And I still need a pee throughout the movie. And I don't even buy drinks, I'm on no fluids. I know, I think it's just my brain is associating the fact I can't go to the toilet, you know, so it's like a placebo effect. But yeah, you know, rather annoying that, but I mean, what can you do? Yeah. I don't usually say what movies I'm going to list, but I'm going to say now I'm going to add Halloween 20th anniversary. So Halloween H2O is going to come late. It's not tomorrow. It's later on in my list. You know, I'll go through my list now because we're so close to the end. Tomorrow, I'll do tomorrow else. Day 9 will be tomorrow. Day 10, I'm going to be watching Freddy vs. Jason, just because big fan of both films, so I thought I might as well do a review on them fighting each other. On day 11, which will be the 29th, I'll be watching Halloween H2O. On day 12, on the 30th, I'll be watching The Shining. And day 13, on 31st, I'll be watching YouTube Speaks. I've had a couple of comments come in. I think I've had one for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I've had one for My Bloody Valentine. I assume he means the original, because I've not heard good things about the reboot, but I mean, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Either way, either one, whatever you vote for, I'll watch. Tomorrow, I can confirm, tomorrow will be day 9. I'll be watching Kevin Smith's Tusk. It's definitely the newest film on this list. But I actually think, no one liked it. No, it didn't get high reviews, but I actually thought it was a brilliant movie. I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan. I've already mentioned Jay and Silent Bob in this video. Couldn't not mention Jay and Silent Bob in this video. Mentioned Holidays, and I've said Holidays is a horror movie, and I said that his story is genius. Kevin Smith, as much as he's maybe doing well, I think he's an acquired taste, you know. You have to have a specific palette for that. But again, it's not even. I think they're judging it on Jay and Silent Bob, and then when almost the Jay and Silent Bob fans are disappointed because it's not a Jay and Silent Bob movie. I want to point that one out. So anyone who doesn't like Jay and Silent Bob, don't worry about it. It's not a Jay and Silent Bob movie. I think his horror movies are actually really good. Depends on the movie. I've not seen Red State yet, but Red State I think is actually about Westboro Baptist Church, which is a really interesting concept for a horror movie. Basically, I think the pastor of the church kidnaps a bunch of teenagers who he thinks are sinners. You know, they got to try and get out. That sounds really cool. I need to watch that at some point. Tusk is a pretty movie. It's funny at the same time as being scary. I wouldn't say it was scary, but it's got a creepy vibe to it. You know, it's the directing more than the actual stuff that happens. I won't go too much into film because I'll be talking about it tomorrow. Basically, though, it's got it starts out as pure comedy. You know, he's a podcaster doing a comedy podcast. You know, it introduces the characters from the film's sequel, Yoga Hosers, which are played by Kevin Smith's daughter and Johnny Depp's daughter, and there's a couple of funny scenes with those two. Johnny Depp plays the detective who is searching for the man who's been kidnapped in the film. So a lot of people don't know Johnny Depp's in the film because he's in costume, so that's pretty funny. So basically Justin Long stars in it. Justin Long gets kidnapped, and basically this psycho tries to turn him into a walrus. More on that tomorrow. But I think it's such a good movie because one, it's got a creepy vibe to it. It's funny when it needs to be. It's serious when it needs to be. The story is ridiculous, really. But I think it's brilliant. It makes it you almost, I won't say you sympathise with the villain because he's evil, but he's got a backstory. You know why he's doing what he's doing. The film does make sense. So I couldn't not throw a Kevin Smith movie into my 13 Days of Halloween. Just going to throw it out there. Technically speaking, its sequel, Yoga Hosers, is kind of a horror movie. Feel free to comment on that. I will definitely talk about that. This one is more horror than comedy. Yoga Hosers is more comedy than horror. So on, say that one now. But this is definitely a horror movie. So excited. I have a lot to say about this movie because I'm a big Kevin Smith fan. Yeah. Today was Halloween. Tomorrow will be Tusk. Yeah. Probably done for now, actually. This is another short video. I mean, apologise for anyone who wanted a full-length video for that, you know. Yeah. I'm a little bit sleep deprived, to be honest, you know, so even better for me. I'll be with you tomorrow. Yeah, cut off for a second. Yeah, I'll be with you tomorrow. Try and get out fairly early because I'm uploading all these videos a little bit late. I apologise for that. Don't worry. Halloween will come out first thing in Halloween morning. Yeah. That's about all from me. Thank you for watching. Only about 40 minutes, but I mean, anyone who did last the full 40 minutes, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yeah. J-Man out.